what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. Many theories have been proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. They can't even come close to details. However,
search and destroy.
the notion, even to think the notion, even a theory, even a hypothesis that these Indians or these aboriginals here are Israelites is absurd, wildly unreasonable. We have no idea by what path they came. We have no idea when they came. We got no idea who they are. Throw this book off the balcony, man. I'll do it. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. That they are one of the older races of mankind cannot be denied. What they or what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. Many theories have been proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. They can't even come close to details. However, the notion, even to think the notion, even a theory, even a hypothesis that these Indians or these aboriginals here are Israelites is absurd, wildly unreasonable. We have no idea by what path they came. We have no idea when they came. We got no idea who they are. But nigga, you crazy if you think they Israelites. I mean, why would we be living here after slaughtering a bunch of Israelites? Would you think we're heathen or something? We're Christian. We're not heathens. We wouldn't slaughter Israelites and burn them crosses on their porches. We wouldn't say convert or die to people of God. Or are we in a chaotic state because of the curse, the germ? Hold that thought. Let's keep going. South of the country of the Algonquins. Matter of fact, I want people to actually read this. I'll put it up already, but I'm going to let you read it again. Absurd. And notice, he didn't go into any other theory. He went into no other fact. He went into no other fabled anything or myth about who you are. He only just shot down that fact that you could be from Israel. He also, before that, tried to, shoot down and trace this connecting us to Asia in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Of course, this is our Earth. The whole disconnected process of putting it back together is an abstract thought. It's not a concrete thing. Our people weren't that divided in the sense of Earth being divided. We were very aware of each other. These people, everything's new to them. Newfoundland, new Dutch, new world, new, everything new. They just got out. They were trapped in the old world. They could only travel the Mediterranean Sea. They couldn't get past the earthquakes for a long time. So after the sinking of Atlantis and all this kind of stuff. That's when the partitions dropped. Between those lands, that Atlantic water was navigable. You could not get past that barrier. So the Most High allowed them to cross that barrier to bring His judgment on us because we were in chaos spiritually. Yet we were still living in paradise. When they got here, it was still paradise. So you tell me, does Haya love you? How much does your Creator love you that you can be living in a version of paradise to heathen while you're out of order? That even though you were out of order, you still weren't dealing with those diseases and things and all that. He still was holding it back until he just finally just let the barrier down. And it's been down for a few hundred years, right? It's been down for some time, right? Now, it's time to get down and lay down. So get that again, one more time. The origin origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity, that they are one of the older races of mankind cannot be doubted, but at what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. Never known. But let me tell you what I do know. Oh man, I'm Mr. JC Ridpad. I'm writing this in 1876. I want these new Americans to feel good. I want to tell the other people in Europe to come. I want to give 50 acres of these aboriginals land away for free with tools to till the land. I just want to rob everybody, and I want them to feel good. I want them to have they have no idea about this place. Just give them some good history, you know. And of course, he's a historian, so he's going to kind of put a lot of stuff in it because he can't, he can't help himself but to put the babies in, right? But to make this, it's got to be right. It's got to be the Negro. Let me tell you what I do know. I don't know nothing else about these people. Many theories have been proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. But let me tell you what I do know. But I don't know nothing. But the notion that these Indians are Israelites, are descendants of the Israelites, is absurd. That half civilized tribes wandering from the Euphrates should reach North America surpasses human credulity. Humans can't do that. I mean, just the notion that half civilized tribes, so he's just going to demean these people, even though they got all the drop right here that they want, that's being stolen. We're building the White House, but let me tell you, these half civilized tribes wandering from beyond the Euphrates should reach North America surpasses human credulity. So it'll be crazy to see how they can do that, unless it's Moses parting the Red Sea. Now you get the cliches. Buying cliches. It says that Europeans or Africans at some remote period crossed the Atlantic by voyaging from island to island seems altogether improbable. We heard about the island hopping, how there were other lands that weren't sunk yet that were able to connect different ways, but he's going to call that improbable. So all this stuff is improbable, All this stuff is crazy, but he got no fucking clue. But he can tell you what's crazy. He can tell you what's absurd. I mean, how can you, as a historian, as a scientist, science, you need repeatable and observable evidence. That's why gravity's bullshit. It's a force that you got to believe in. It's a religion. You got to believe in gravity to get your ball. He's just telling you right quick, I got nothing. We got nothing but theories, man. I got a big book. I'm going to tell you kind of some stuff, but as far as who they are, I could only tell you this. I could only tell you who they're not. Israelites. Now we start going into giving how they cannot possibly be Israelites based on migration patterns, based on dates. No, because he just said he has no information on migration patterns or dates. So he can't prove it, but it's absurd. It's wildly unreasonable, illogical, or inappropriate. It's inappropriate to even bring up the notion that we are sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But he can tell us, who we're not, and he can't tell us who we are, right? So, but I don't man, how can they tell us who we are if they can't tell us who we are? If they can't tell us who we are, how can they tell us who we're not? Along that drop, I want you to, I'm just going to read it and I'll show it to you. Beyond the Rocky Mountains were the Indian nations of the plains, the great family of the Shoshones, the Salish, the Klamaths, and the Californians. On the Pacific slope, farther southward, dwelt in former times the famous races of Aztecs and Toltecs. These were the most civilized of the primitive Indian nations. And it came in front, all that All those palaces they found in Mexico, they came in front of it in Peru. These were the most civilized of the primitive Indian nations, but at the same time, so you got to do that, but then you got to dish you because they got to give it. This is how they operate. They build you up, but then they enjoy cutting you down even more, man. These were the most civilized of the primitive Indian tribes, but at the same time, among the most feeble. The best builders in wood and stone. Again, they can't front on the palaces, on the intellect, but then they're going to call you weak. But the least warlike of any of the Aborigines. Really? The Aztecs were the least warlike of any Aborigines? Then we just read how the Mayans and Aztecs kicked the Spaniards out in 1638, sent them running and packing. And they never taught us in history that these Aztecs and Mayans kicked out the Spaniards in 1638. Then after that, what do you have coming in? Portuguese, the English, the French, and what they bring? Disease, because they said we ain't going into them jungles. That's how the Mayans and them fought. You know what I'm saying? They came out, they scrapped, and they retreated back in the jungles and picked everybody up. When the armies came in, they got lost. They didn't know where they were disoriented. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's that's the goal of war. That's why we were winning that until people started doing treaties. They say, man, if it wasn't for the treaties, man, our numbers were being depleted. So that's why I'm on the treaties, man. And how can you, come on, we got to keep the trail right now, or else we ain't going to get nowhere. We go through a similar situation right now. We are already invaded, but let's say your little bitty hood, your little suburb gets invaded. You get invaded in Inglewood, you get invaded in Harlem or Chicago. You get invaded. You already are, but you know what I'm saying. And then you gotta, fight. You and your family or your block or your hood gotta fight the best way you can, right? Because some foreign entity is invading your native entity, right? And let's say, there's two, let's say we talking gangs, right? So there's two gangs, and one of them gangs does a treaty.
Mr. Ranger.
Does that make you stronger or weaker? So if we can't follow, we can't follow. That gang might say all day, hey man, I had to look out for my people, man, for my heritage, for Moab, for the Moabites. Whose land is this? The Lord's land. Who are his children?
Search and destroy.
It's very simple.
Alright, nigga, shut up.
It says,
You've secured the device.
the Aztecs and Toltecs, right? So these were the most civilized of the primitive Indian tribes, but at the same time, among the most feeble, the best builders in wood and stone, but the least warlike of any of the Aborigines, such as a brief sketch of the distribution of the copper-colored race in the New World. The territorial position of the various nations and tribes will be easily understood from an examination of the accompanying maps. So we're going to look at this map.
Diego, he's inside the building upstairs.
Get out of here. But get this yourself. I'll read it again.
1 minute left.
Boy, what the fuck? I just got it. Hey, good job, people. Good job, guys.
Search and destroy.
Nah, I'm pretty sure he was talking shit.
I'm holding this heavy book. It's kind of a workout. Brother Neil.
Oh, what the fuck did you expect?
All the Pacific slope, farther southward, dwelt in former times the famous races, the famous races.
Shut up, Carl.
We are infamous in their world. But when
There's
they
two
got
inside,
that
left side.
plantation, they came into, in their eyes, a new thing, a new world.
One's laying down. Oh, dead.
Understanding of our Earth. We understand we're all one body with energies and chakras, whatever you want to call it.
Mondo, watch out behind you. Yep.
Peru is the navel. It's called the navel. What comes
Left
out
side,
of the
left
navel
side.
is the birth, a birthing canal of what? On the Pacific slope, farther dwelt, southward dwelt, in the former times, the famous races of Aztecs and Toltecs. These were the
Shit,
most
Mondo.
civilized of the primitive Indian
Good job,
age.
Mondo.
But at the same time, among the most feeble, the best builders in wood and stone, but least warlike of any other aborigine. Such is a brief sketch of the distribution of the copper-colored race in the New World. Now, I guess it's supposed to be a sketch here, and you see right here, like something looks like it got torn out.
Oh my fucking god.
So somebody removed this sketch out the book. So somebody got a different version of it.
They're gonna be up on the stairs.
Around page 44 if you got a sketch of copper-colored people. But I do got the map. I do got some map stuff, but no sketch of copper-colored people. And again, this is copper-colored. This is Ruddy. This is Negro. This is Maya. This is Aztec. Understand? This is Israel. This is Israel.
I appreciate that one, man.
Such is a brief sketch of the distribution of the copper-colored race in the New World. The territorial position of the various nations and tribes will be easily understood from an examination of the accompanying map. Right? So, first we don't know who these people are. We got no clue, but we know they're copper-colored, just like the 1828 Webster Dictionary said. You know. And, but they can't be Israelites. That's just wildly unreasonable, illogical, and inappropriate, although we have no idea about the migration. Here's a nice map, though. Some drop. Okay, it says Aboriginal America. Aboriginal America showing the distribution and territorial lines of the Indian nations in the New World. Alright, so I'll let you just dig on it. I have not really looked at this yet. See this side? Maybe I'll just do that. Zoom in a little bit, maybe you can get closer on some of that. It's kind of hard to do.
He's behind you. Eddie, behind you.
Final 30 seconds. They've planted at Alpha.